Welcome to the Goods from the Woods. My name is Rivers Langley.
I'm Sam Harder.
And I'm Carter Glasscock.
And today, no fucking guest, my favorite guest. How about that? It's just the boys hanging out.
No net.
Yeah, hell no.
We don't need them.
Walking the damn tightrope. Look, I didn't want to bring the trivia game back into this
It's
ever.
part of the show now.
But
Yeah, it's an extension.
I just have to tell you, so Sal, who I'm going to have on the show at some point, we won't talk about trivia. He's actually just a legitimately fucking funny guy.
He's done the Swedish hostel open mic.
Yeah, well, all the greats have. Sal, the guy who hosts the trivia. Sal Kalani, look him up.
He's a comic.
He's touring with Tim Meadows somewhere in your town right now. So
Tim Meadows, the stand-up?
Yeah, dude. So,
I fucking love to see that.
Yeah, me too.
Point is, I got an email this morning, and I was like, there are no two more Carter and Sam categories that are going to be featured this week. The two special rounds this week. I'm begging y'all to come.
Weed and pussy?
Shit.
Close enough.
If you're a Patreon subscriber, you could just see the most well-timed fist bump.
No, it's Catholic Saints and DMX.
Oh,
What?
wow.
Yo! Yeah, exactly.
What to do?
Yeah, I mean, that's all Carter. He probably knows way more about definitely one of those things.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I was going to say.
I got Sam for DMX. I got Carter for DMX.
I
And,
too was moved around many dioceses.
I could name you most of his album titles. I don't know about
the first
anything more than that.
I know his first name's Earl. Always thought that was cool.
Earl Simmons,
Yeah,
dude.
Earl Simmons.
He was a beatboxer.
From fucking Yonkers.
DMX is like it's like an abbreviation for some sort of MPC.
Darkman X.
I thought it was
believe it's-
Darkman X.
But
right?
also he was given that because he was such a good beatboxer.
Okay.
He sounded like an NPC or something. I don't know. I read it online once. It must be true.
Okay. Yeah. So there was that. And also I wanted to confess to you guys, I was driving the other day and I hit a bear.
You hit a bear?
And it's still in my trunk, and I'm wondering what I should do with it.
A dead bear's in your trunk?
Have you not watched the news?
Carter
Yes.
doesn't go on the internet
Oh,
so
fuck
much
yeah.
that he doesn't even get what you're referencing.
If you're a Patreon subscriber, you'll see how gullible I am, too.
Oh,
'cause
no,
my eyes were literally like, huh?
Carter is the
I'm on the computer all day long. And
Are you really?
Yeah,
I was going to say you're the smartest person for not being on the
I know.
computer all day long.
What's your algo like? What do
Well,
they...
no, I'm not on the internet. I edit all day long and I listen to music on
well,
Spotify.
then, yeah, of course. Okay, so it's not popping up the
social media. Social media.
I
and
get like the
politics.
requisite amount of news where I'm like, Tim Waltz is the new Kamala's running mate.
Yeah.
I know what I'm supposed to know
Yes.
for today.
So you get like the Billboard #1 album of the week.
Oh, music I do like. See, I spend most of my time being like the really deepest of dives of music, but like actual news I should know to be an adult. I'm like, I know the one thing that everyone might talk about today.
Oh yeah, well this has nothing to do with being an adult. It just has to do with let's say it, our favorite candidate, RFK.
Rivers' favorite
Brainword.
Rivers' person of the year. After who was it last year? The My Pillow guy, possibly.
Yeah,
I 100% knows that. We read excerpts from his fucking book.
I read the whole book. Yeah, it's in a YouTube clip, Omnibus. Go check it out. It's
Omnibus.
4 hours of me talking about that book. No,
Okay, so RFK's running mate hit a bear.
Oh, not running mates. So they're
RFK's person hit a bear.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man.
So
And it was a while ago.
yeah, so there's this.
He's such a fucking chaos agent.
It's amazing. It's fucking amazing. Like it's.
Well, if you don't, there's a very little known article, because why would it be that known from back when this happened? That somebody was just like, someone left a bear carcass in Manhattan. Was it Manhattan Park or was
it was in Central Park.
It was in Central Park.
So
Yeah.
here's what happened. There's this New Yorker article that's out today that was written by Claire Malone, and it's just this long profile that's basically just his entire biography. And if you ever wondered where RFK got all of his strange beliefs, it kind of goes point by point, where like at some point he was on LSD at a diner and saw a painting of his father and JFK and Jesus praying.
If I was a Kennedy, I would never trip. You know what I mean? Like, how are you not going to see anything but skulls and crossbones? like as soon as it fucking like seeps into like there's no chill trip if you're a Kennedy.
Yeah, well, that's what happened to him. He saw a painting at a diner of Jesus, RFK, and JFK praying together, and it sent him on a bad trip.
Yeah, dude. Because you're doomed.
What kind of diner is that?
Yeah.
It was in Massachusetts, so a Massachusetts diner, I imagine. But
I'm gonna see if I can find this painting.
I know, right?
Online.
Well, so he goes walking, and he's really freaking out, man. And it said that he encountered a gang of youths who were like, "Hey, man, try some of this; it'll help you out." And they gave him meth. and the next line is like, and that sent him down a 14-year spiral of
happened
addiction.
to be at the Billie Eilish concert.
I mean, it's just such a strange. I mean, I don't know. I guess the 70s were different, but just encountering
roaming gangs of drug-using teenagers who are like, "Try some, dude."
Yeah, they're like, "Have some of my drugs."
Have some of my drugs that I risked life and limb to get and were expensive.
Yeah, plus
Stranger.
it's the 70s, so they had to make that shit probably.
It's free love, man.
Yeah. But
He has the
Also,
veiniest
back in the
forehead.
70s, meth didn't exist. It was still speed.
Oh, right.
Well,
Meth came from the fucking pills, the fucking allergy medication shit. And they didn't make that shit back then as much.
ephedrine?
Ephedrine. Well, no, they had meth was, if I'm not mistaken, developed by the Germans on the battlefields of World War II, and because you could actually make it like while you were fighting, as far as I know.
Yeah, but I thought they stopped selling it by then.
Well, but from my understanding, what happened is the American soldiers got a hold of this method for making it, came back. A lot of those people formed what would become the motorcycle gangs of the 60s, like the Hells Angels and the Mongols and stuff like that.
Right.
And then they started making and producing meth because it started very much on the West Coast and then kind of moved east with the biker gangs.
Maybe
I'm
Sons of Anarchy is
thinking
about?
of the difference between meth and crystal meth.
There's a difference?
Just
Yeah, there is.
methamphetamine.
Yeah, because it used to be called speed.
Right,
And
right.
that is chemically different
Yeah.
than the current meth that people use.
Right,
Okay.
right. Yeah, I think it's, I don't know.
This
It's-
is important information to discuss.
Because I've been thinking about whether I want to start to do meth or crystal meth. So I need to know.
I would go with regular.
I think meth is in LA is more.
It's all crystal. I don't think you can get the old kind anymore. It's
You
like
can only hit crystal.
It's like why would you sell the swag of meth when you want to get everyone hooked on the good stuff? So
I
they
didn't-
keep coming back.
I didn't move out here to smoke swag meth.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I mean.
I want
Well,
the good stuff.
Shout out to our
Straight
chemist.
from the cartel.
Shout out to
Yeah.
our chemist, Dr. Andy Vandy. Tell us what the difference is. Shout us out on the
And
Discord.
send us some.
Yeah, and send us some. Yeah,
Tell
exactly.
us the method. Apparently, it's easy.
Yeah, the crystal method, if you will.
One time, somebody tried to make meth down the street from us and blew themselves up.
That's
Was
right.
I living here at that point?
No,
No, this is
no,
okay.
yeah, it was afterwards.
I miss
the
it
bomb
here.
squad had to come.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
I mean, then for no reason, the bomb had already exploded. What do we need them for?
If a bomb squad has to defuse like something you were trying to do to have a good time,
No, they didn't need to because it already blew up and blew his fucking throat out.
it blew his. Did he
Yeah,
die?
he fucking died. It's a bomb.
Whoa.
No, he's still around.
Not many people get a bomb exploded next to them and walk out of it.
He
I don't
hangs out.
know. Bruce Willis did in Unbreakable.
He hangs out and opens the door now. Just welcome home.
Blew his whole shit out.
Yeah,
Motherfucker got his whole neck blown up. Kids,
stay away from meth.
Why didn't I hear about this when this happened?
you probably did.
I think
You
we've
probably
talked
just
about this
forgot
on here
about it.
before.
Probably okay.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
just not
sorry.
something important enough to commit to memory.
Right. Someone died. What
I
do you
was here.
want?
I felt the whole building shake.
Whoa.
Jesus.
God damn, you have such a different life across the hall.
Oh, dude, it's bad. I saw a catalytic converter get stolen the other night.
Oh, Jesus.
And I tried to scare him away, be like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, what are you fucking tweakers doing? And then the guy just
Whoa.
goes, we're tweaking. And I tried
You asked a question, he
I
answered.
tried to film it, but then get the license plate, but it was at like an angle where I couldn't do it. They're
Oh,
wearing
shit.
like black masks. They're like dressed comically insane to be stealing catalytic converters. They're dressed like how a bank robber.
suspiciously.
Where's my phone? They're dressed like a bank robber do in fucking movies.
They may as well have
They
like
have
the striped shirt.
shirts, a domino mask, a
Dude,
They
beret.
look like
were
the
wearing-
Hamburglar, essentially.
Yeah.
We're tweaking.
Yeah.
Here, look.
Oh my God, you have a video of this?
Yeah,
Whoa.
look at the guys.
Holy
He
shit,
starts, he
dude.
starts trying to cover up the license plate.
What?
Get the fuck out of here,
I like
dude.
that he did the international symbol of like, let's roll.
Dude, he just dabbed for you.
Hell yeah. Okay. Jesus.
Is that the guys who yell, "We're tweaking"?
We're
Yeah.
tweaking. Holy shit.
The guy who wasn't under the car.
Wow.
Oh my
And there's no
God.
license plate on his car.
No, there was, but it was just at an angle where I couldn't get it from where my apartment was and where they were parked.
Dude, someone stole my roommate's rear view mirror,
Yeah.
but just the glass.
Yeah, it was those tweakers who live outside, those pieces of shit.
But what are they
If anyone
doing with
listens to
that?
this podcast?
They're fucking using it to like cook dinner on or something. They're using it to light a fucking out of control fire 10 yards from our building.
They're angling
I
the
fucking
sun.
hate these motherfuckers so much.
That's fair. I mean, that's fair at this
my
point.
sympathy level is so low. Like I look at
They're
them
creating an unsafe environment. Like, yeah,
for
dude.
themselves and others.
Yeah, dude.
They're way past the point of me being like they're just trying to get by. No, they're nuisances. They're public nuisances.
I'll say it,
They are.
nuisances.
That specific group of them are.
I believe it, dude.
We call them the Republican makers.
I like. Yeah.
Honestly, I've told other people
Kingmakers.
that a group, an encampment like that will make people hate thousands of other homeless
Yes.
people for an unjust reason. Truly, that's
Yeah.
that's why the anti-homeless propaganda works so well, because you see a place like that and it's just like full of children's fucking bikes they stole and they couldn't even sell them, so now they just have children's bikes hoarded on the street.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's hard to look at that and be like, oh, they're just doing what they got to do to survive. They're stealing from children. And then they're not even able to profit from it because they're just tweaked out idiots.
I
They
mean,
make cool little bicycles.
They've made one. They've made one single bicycle.
Or motorcycles,
Out of
yeah.
all the parts they have, they've made one single bicycle. It is cool. It's a double bike.
It's double bike.
as unfair as like the wage gap and like housing prices are and all that shit. Yeah, it's when you see people tweaking and stealing bikes, it's hard to sympathize. I guess.
Yeah, I don't care at all.
When I was getting my license plate replaced in the DMV, these people next to me were like, I was telling them the story. There were these suburban people, and they're like, "Oh my god!" They were like freaked out. And then I told them my name was Glasscock, and they're like, "Ah!" And they laughed at me at the DMV.
Whoa.
It was very unprofessional.
Fuck. the worker did, or the just
The
random?
worker did, and then the people next to me who were being helped laughed at me too.
What the fuck is wrong with people? I've never thought your name was funny one time.
Dude, people lose it. If you put cock in anywhere it doesn't belong.
I guess that's
you
true.
get an article written about you.
Well, people just whenever I say my last name, they're like, "That's a little intense." Like, it's
okay.
That's one of those things where somebody, I guess it could be funny because somebody truly has no control over it, but at the same time, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Make fun of them for something they
That was
did.
my guidance counselor in high school was Miss
Yeah.
Glasscock, so I grew up with it. You know.
Or
I think-
cockburn.
I think if you-
couple cockburn.
if you mix like if you tell people you're a comedian and your last name is Glasscock, then people are like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I
I
mean,
wish
like,
you were telling everyone at the DMV.
yeah, I
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
everyone that. Well, I wear a little badge that says "Ask me about my stand-up." album.
Can I jump the line
good-
for a tight five?
That's,
Yeah,
a, that's a good idea. Actually.
If I make you laugh, can
Oh,
I get in
dude,
front of you?
Imagine if you were the kind of psycho that would just turn around and be like, "All right, I'm going to do stand up. I know everyone's just sitting here waiting."
Yes.
I would be like, "Shut up!" No.
There's that lady who did it at the AMC Burbank.
Yes. Yes. That was incredible.
Flappers comedian.
I loved that
Jumped
video.
up and got heckled out of the room.
I
think.
loved that video.
Oh yeah.
because
I
the projector
remember
got
that.
fucked up and somebody just
She
stood
was like,
up and
"This
was,
is you're on."
yeah.
Oh my god.
And she was there with her kid, and apparently her kid was super embarrassed
Oh, why? Is that
because
because
they didn't do her favorite joke.
that would be the worst moment of my life?
Again, like
Yeah,
there's so much more importance placed on self-confidence than there is on like a material or ability or anything. Here it's like, hey, if you just have self-confidence, then you're like so far ahead of the pack. Not to say that was she fucked up.
All people care about is money and accolades first and foremost, which is
Yes.
smart because it is a profession. But also,
Sure.
you have to
Sure.
have something to offer.
Right.
And if you're
Yeah.
offering a stand-up at a broken projector movie theater,
Yeah.
the
Unwanted,
confidence doesn't matter.
unwanted, unasked for.
That's more of an issue of timing.
Yeah, the comedic
Bad
timing
timing.
was not there.
She could bring that energy to an open mic. She might at least do.
She might get booked at Flappers.
Yeah.
There we go. I pulled some of the funniest shit from this article. This one says, when Kennedy was 11, he injured his foot jumping off a roof, and during his recovery, his father bought him a red-tailed hawk. So speaking of parents, just
is this how he got into falconry? 'Cause I remember him being into falconry. So that was one of the fun things about him.
So that ignited a lifelong passion for falconry. Kennedy has said that as a child, he had difficulty concentrating in school. Quote, I broke thermometers and rolled balls of mercury down my desk.
That goes in your skin.
He never had a chance to be normal. Like,
he says I would doodle hawks and iguanas.
I would doodle hawks.
Yeah.
Oh, doodle, not diddle.
Not diddle. Doodle.
Probably
hawks.
diddle too, though.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
He's figured a hawk or two.
I would doodle hawks and iguanas and daydream about Hungarian homing pigeons. And he actually talked about his childhood a little bit in kind of a famous video from 1997.
My childhood was typical. Summers in Rangoon, luge lessons. In the spring, we'd make meat helmets.
So,
would make outrageous claims like he invented the question mark.
Yes, that every fucking thing I read about him, it just reminds me of this speech from Austin Powers. It's fucking great. Because everything he says is fucking insane, but also what a rich guy would do.
He's also just the product of a very, very stressful environment growing up, probably.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, there's no way it was chill around the house.
So for a while there in the mid-2000s, and I remember this because I was subscribed at the time, he kind of wrote articles pretty regularly for Rolling Stone, and mostly was like kind of about environmentalism, and they kind of interviewed some of the people who worked at Rolling Stone at the time, sort of talked about when it took that turn of him coming in and being like, I've written 5,000 pages about why vaccines will make you into a mutant or whatever. This guy...
Speaking of which, has anyone mutated yet?
No, I'm still good, but they're still talking about that shit on like InfoWars. They're like, there's a fuse. It's 4-year-long fuse on the vaccine.
Watch what I can do now.
He's got Matilda powers, folks.
They call me the motherfucking last Mimsy of this bitch.
I have Bruce Bogtrotter powers.
I do too. Oh God, I look just like that kid.
I
when
can
I was
eat pounds of shit and then burp and die.
God, that cake is maybe the most delicious looking cake I've ever seen in a film.
Chocolate fudge German.
I can close my eyes and see it behind my eyelids. It's so delicious. And
I feel like that with the fistfuls of cake and it smeared all over my face. I feel like that like at least 4 or 5 times a week.
And I look exactly like that kid when I was young too.
You don't get a body like this without being like Bruce Bogtrotter a couple times a week.
But yeah, apparently he came into Rolling Stone's office at some point and gave a speech about environmentalism that brought everybody to the brink of tears, and then also revealed that he had in a bucket an injured baby bird that he brought in with him. And he said, quote, this is Will Dana, the guy who worked at Rolling Stone at the time. He said, so then we have our meeting and we do our thing, and suddenly he's like, hey, I gotta go. Can you get one of your interns to take this bird to the vet? So I love a guy who just shows up with like an active problem. It's
you
like,
want to take care of that?
Yeah. Can you deal with this?
Like he was about to just like put it in a wastebasket. He's like, oh, I mean, or you can save it. I don't know.
Yeah. Apparently he did say that was not true, but also it's like, why would they make this up specifically, especially considering?
I don't think this guy has a good memory. He's been fucking playing with mercury.
Yes, he's been playing with mercury and then doing the most dog shit heroin that Europe had to offer for most of the 70s. So yeah.
He was a heroin addict too?
Oh hell yeah, he was everything. That's why his voice is all fucked up. He heroined himself into that voice.
Interesting.
The thing I was referencing at the beginning is this. So one day in the fall of 2014, he's not just an adult. He's like an old guy at this point. Kennedy was driving to a falconry outing in upstate New York when he passed a furry brown mound on the side of the road. He pulled over and discovered that it was the carcass of a black bear cub. And so, most of us would be like, wow, that's crazy. That's a bear. Okay. And then you would just keep driving.
Keep going, yeah.
Yeah. Kennedy was tickled by the find.
Ooh.
Yes. He was like, oh my, an idea have I. He loaded the dead bear into the rear hatch of his car and later showed it off to his friends. So this was going to come out, and so he decided to get ahead of this story by sharing his version of this story on X, formerly Twitter, with Roseanne.
Nice.
And it's really just one of the weirdest goddamn videos I've ever seen, because he's telling the story. He's like, obviously I was going to skin the bear and then put the meat in my fridge. You have to get a tag in New York State to eat dead bear off the road.
So he's a Kennedy, but he has the same mindset of someone who eats roadkill in like fucking Mississippi.
Yeah,
Just the most Spunyan Nepo baby of all time.
oh yeah. So in a picture from that day, Kennedy is putting his fingers inside the bear's bloody mouth, a comical grimace across his face, and he later joked, "That might be where I got my brain worm." I was like, yeah, it might be.
Jesus.
So after the outing, Kennedy, who was then 60.
All Kamala has to do is appear normal.
I know.
All she has to do
Just hold the line.
Just appear
Just
normal.
hold the line and be a person. You're good.
It's like the most deranged set of fucking candidates
Well,
ever.
RFK is crazy because he literally has no chance.
No.
Yeah, he has no chance.
Well, and he's
So
like,
you may as well just like watch him spin out like crazy while he's in the public eye. But I mean, he will
Right.
forever because he's become a presidential candidate.
yeah, well, he's also like a fucking edgelord too. Like in this article, he's just like, "Oh, I'm here to hurt Trump and Harris or whatever." Like that's
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay.
And he does have like for like some Republicans who like Trump is too much or they've been shamed too much by their families to vote for Trump or whatever. They're
Yeah.
like, well, what about RFK?
Right, right.
Like
Well,
he actually might divert votes.
right. Well, if you're also the type of person who's so crazy that Trump being the vaccine guy, then
Right.
that's the lane that you divert to. So you're just like, oh, this is absolutely the land of fucking misfit toys over here.
Boy, I'd like to get a percentage of people who aren't vaccinated, and that's like what completely shades their vote.
Oh, I
I mean,
mean,
whoever
it's-
votes for RFK.
It's certainly part of it.
And a lot of Trump people. A lot of
yeah.
Trump.
Yeah, that's right.
So he was 60 at the time and recently married to Cheryl Hines. So,
What?
Yeah, this is 2014. He's 60 years old.
Cheryl Hines, Cheryl from Larry from
You
fucking
didn't know
Curb Your
this?
Enthusiasm?
Yeah, that's his
I don't know
wife.
shit about
Do you
RFK.
live in a closet?
Yeah, that's his wife, bro. Because he was a huge environmentalist. Like that was his thing. Before the vaccine thing came along, his thing was the environment. And Larry David, his now ex-wife, was also a huge environmentalist. And apparently, Larry David introduced the two of them at some function around this time.
Holy shit.
So he had just married her. He's 60 years old. He's got a bear in the back of his trunk. And so a person with knowledge of the event said that Kennedy thought it would be funny to make it look as if the animal had been killed by an errant cyclist in Central Park. So
Yeah, I don't know.
How bad does this car smell at this point? It's got to smell so fucking bad.
Dude, how come I don't know anything about RFK?
So he drives to Manhattan, and as darkness fell, he entered Central Park with the bear and an old bicycle. Now, this is like the weirdest part because he's telling the story. He's like, oh, well, obviously I had an old bicycle. And I'm like,
I'm going to freak out some squares.
like straight up, it's like, dude, you're 60 and there's a dead animal in your car. Yeah.
Like put his hand by like make the bear's mouth go.
Like he's telling the story.
Worth
And
it.
Roseanne, it's so funny because she's out of her goddamn mind, but her face, no, her face is like just very like,
She's shocked.
Yeah. Oh, she's shocked because you're like,
it's crazy.
you're old.
Yeah, because it's crazy.
You're like this would be crazy for someone who's 20 instead
Right.
of 60. But
Wow.
yeah, he goes out to Central Park and he makes it look like a bike crash that kills a bear, and so he just leaves a dead bear in Central Park. Also, he had gone to like a steakhouse, and then he was like, well, then I had to go to the airport, so I couldn't leave the bear, so I had to do something with it. That's when I came up with the Central Park idea. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking? Like it's so funny because at the end of the Roseanne thing, he's like, yeah, I'd like to see the New Yorker spin that. I was like, you made it worse. You made it sound so much crazier than this article did. Because you talk about all the other shit you did before you dumped the bear in Central Park, where it's like you were just going to leave it like in the parking lot at JFK or LaGuardia or some shit.
I appreciate a man with an explanation. A lot of people just go for an apology, which to me is... It's fine, but I would like an explanation along with an apology.
Yeah.
So the next day, the bear was found, much to the horror of the two women joggers who were just happening through Central Park, and they called the cops. And weirdly, the person who wrote the article about this, it's just now being revealed that it was Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who did this childish prank. But the article was coincidentally written by Tatiana Schlossberg, who is one of JFK's granddaughters. So when it happened, like she was working at the New York Times and wrote the article of like some fucking weirdo left a bear in Central Park, not knowing that it's her cousin or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's
fun times with nepotism.
I know it's just the
you
weirdest.
can get yourself in a crazy position. You can get yourself a writing job.
Also, we should say he absolutely hit the bear, right? He didn't just find it on the side of the road. He's the one who ran it over.
That makes it less crazy if he hits the bear.
Yeah,
I mean,
it does. It
you know what I
really
mean?
does.
Like, because then it's like, oh, I'll get her off the road. And then it's like, oh, I may as well have a little fun with it or whatever.
That's
like,
that's what I mean. Like,
just picking up a dead
there's
bear
almost no
carcass is
difference
crazy.
in my mind. Because if you hit the bear, it's an accident.
Yeah,
You're not
Yeah.
going to go out of your way to fucking hit a bear.
You don't touch
Right,
it. You
right.
don't touch it.
I'd be more likely to move it out of the road if I was the one who hit it. If I didn't hit it, then it's staying there.
Well, if
But-
your brain is 50% worm, then
Yes,
you kind
yeah,
of,
yeah,
like
that's right.
you're not afraid of like maggots or whatever. so
right.
You'll touch it.
Oh my god.
Man,
It seems like there'd be a lot of blood involved.
RFK
this
is like
dead-
such
with this
prime
dead
comedy
bear.
material. I don't know why I've not like acknowledged his presence.
It's
I
hard.
think because he bums me out. Like,
The thing about RFK is the internet's already all over him. There's
yeah, I
nothing
feel
for
like
you
I don't
to
have like
say.
a take, like or whatever. I shouldn't just inform myself to have a take on it. But
The
Holy-
picture's amazing. We'll put this up on our
Holy
Twitter
Jesus.
and Discord. Holy shit. Yeah, that's the picture. And he looks utterly deranged. That's the only
Well,
two
he's
words.
being bitten by a dead bear. So
Yeah, I guess. It's just, I mean, and the funny thing is he apparently had this in the back of his car this whole time. You could see in the back of the car, there's not like a tarp there. It's just straight upholstery.
yeah, it's like his chair. Yeah,
So you just like
back seat.
the smell in that car.
Oh, it's
has been
gotta fucking be rancid. Yeah,
crazy.
but he's
Yeah.
a Kennedy. He could just like put a brick on the accelerator and send it off a cliff and get it.
I was about to say he could always just drive it into the waters of Chappaquiddick and get it clean.
into a nursery.
Yeah. So I'm
Trying to out crazy Trump.
I
I don't know if he's trying. I think he is crazier than Trump. Trump's just fucking. He seems to show that he's just like an old fat salesman.
Right.
He's not as convincing as he used to.
Well,
be.
and he's also like such a scumbag too, because we talked about that video where he called Trump after the assassination attempt, and Trump, yeah. Well, no, he didn't get a word in edgewise. Trump just like glorified himself about the moment's heroism or whatever.
Right.
But he was totally trying to be named like Director of Health and Human Services or some shit if Trump gets elected. And then meanwhile, like they also talk about this where somebody leaked his text and he's like, Trump isn't even fucking human. Like he actually hates the guy apparently. So it's like
Everyone
you're such
does.
he's
Yeah.
such an opportunist. you know?
everyone who's ever worked with Trump didn't like him.
That's
unless
true.
they were able to manipulate
Melania,
him.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah.
fucking hates him.
Yeah, so that's the news on the politics front. I had to mention that
good.
because I've been all over the. You're right, Sam. He is my person of the year. It's
At this point,
at this point.
He is
someone
like
else is going to have to make a strong run for it.
he's
Yeah.
like every guy you've ever described on this podcast in one person.
Except he has a national platform.
Right.
It's amazing. I hope it just stuff keeps coming out.
It will.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. He's out of his fucking mind. It will.
Yeah, he's kind of doing the Eminem and 8 Mile thing. I do live with my mom. I do like he's trying to get ahead of all this shit, but you're just like, this isn't. It still makes you look fucking wild, dude.
There are a bunch of bodies buried underneath my house.
It's coming. Yeah.
Come and find them.
Right.
I
Yeah.
have nothing to hide. And then he goes to jail.
I do have a shipping container full of women from Estonia. Okay, I just do. It's part of my life.
Remember the campaign thing he was doing where he went to Muscle Beach and just was doing push-ups in Venice?
Yeah.
And then put it online, and a bunch of people were like, "This is the president I want, the old man on steroids."
Right. And they forget that Biden could do that too. That was his whole thing, was doing push-ups and stuff too. It's like, yeah, you don't have to actually be in your right mind to exercise.
It's really not a proof of much of anything other than that you can do a push-up.
I wasn't drinking, of course, but people were drinking with me who thought this was a good idea. I said, let's go put the bear in Central Park and we'll make it look like he got hit by a bike. It'll be funny for people.
Where's the energy drink?
Oh yeah, good
What's
point.
the energy drink?
Oh, good point.
I want
So
to drink some energy
Let's
drink.
do it.
I was feeling a little psychosomatic, like headache from not having the caffeine.
Y'all, look, it's just the three of us, but you only need 3 people to have a orgy. Or should I say,
I don't know. I think it's 4.
or should I say a Gorgie, which, by the way, sounds like when a bunch of fat guys are just eating and not talking to each other.
What the fuck? Energy drink with benefits.
Yeah.
So are they really
boners.
going for a sex thing?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just like health benefits or something.
Nah. They're going for a sex
Is it
thing.
gorging, orgy, or gorgeous?
I think
Or
it's
all of them.
supposed to be. I think it's
Or
supposed
is
to be
it for
gorgeous.
women?
It is for women.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
there's a bunch of hot women on the back.
Yeah, that's correct.
Nice.
Yeah. So, Gorgie, first of all, 150 mgs of green tea caffeine. That's right. The stuff that
Ooh,
There's L-theanine.
fucks with your liver.
the liver killer.
Yeah, the liver.
Nice.
I do love how that's
There's no nasties.
that's been
in
the
this.
the alternative for whatever the powdered taurine,
Right, right.
guarana shit.
Yeah.
Seems to be worse for you.
Yeah. Like, don't drink Monster. It's all fake. Drink this stuff that turns your liver into a nuclear wasteland.
Wait, what's going to kill us in this? What is it?
Oh, the green tea.
Green tea extract.
caffeine,
Oh.
supposedly.
Some guy he was drinking like 2 Celsius every fucking day and then got real sick and went to the hospital and turned out his liver was failing.
Can I read the back?
Please,
first?
yes.
Okay, so beyond all the boring nutrition facts, it says a beverage with benefits created by followers and friends. 150
Followers.
and friends.
Yeah.
150 milligrams green tea caffeine. 0 sugar. No way. Yes, N. L-theanine.
Bet.
Focus and clarity. TYSM. Biotin.
Let's fucking go.
Oh, that hair, skin, and nails.
On fleek.
B6, B12. Love that for us.
Savage.
No nasties. No aspartame. No artificial flavors.
Oh, man.
And then
gonna taste-
stevia glycosides.
Uh-huh.
This is going to taste like shit.
So this is...
already calling it now.
Yeah.
All these natural ones are always bad.
So this was founded by Michelle Cordero Grant. She worked at Victoria's Secret for years before founding her own lingerie line called Lively, and she sold Lively in 2019
We
for
got a Lively
$105 million. So she was making underwear before this. So obviously, underwear next step would definitely have to be energy drinks. Why
Panty
would it be?
juice didn't really sell, so gotta go with Gorgie.
Yeah.
There was a couple guys buying the whole supply of panty juice.
She said, we want a drink that has flavors we know and love. It brings nostalgic vibes, goes down easy, but sparkles to the touch. And I was like, what the fuck?
To the touch.
What does that mean?
Ew.
Like,
It runs through fingers before hitting every can.
yeah. It can be
Love
enjoyed.
that for us.
It can be enjoyed on its own, but still folds seamlessly into a mixed bev. We want a drink that has benefits we crave for better brain health and skin health, but without needing to carry around a million supplements.
Also, I'd just like to point out, when Carter was reading all that stuff, it is formatted as if all those things are social media posts.
Yeah.
They all have their own little comments.
They're like text bubbles.
Yeah.
All right, let's give her a...
so basically every can is going viral.
It's a nice rosé color.
Yeah. Now, before you drink this, just in case you were worried,
Smells good, actually.
This is like right when you get home, you've dropped your kids off.
well,
This is like when you fucking got home from school and fucking drank an Otter Pop from the smell.
This is where your stupid husband's at work and you just got home from the guy your fucking's house and you're like, little rosé.
Well, I did find on Reddit, Dirty Does It says, Gorgie put my lady in the ER. She thought she was having a heart attack. Maybe synthetic vitamins or cheap ingredients. That's going to be a
God
no
damn
from
it.
me and my family.
Carter looks scared.
Damn it.
Carter looks scared. Everyone
Oh,
buy
all
the
right, I'll do it.
Patreon because Carter looks scared.
I made eye
It
contact
smells
with
a lot better than it tastes. The taste is pretty mild, almost watery.
Yeah.
Watered down,
yeah.
nothing.
And by the way, the flavor is Paradise Punch, and
It smells like fruit punch.
yeah, so it's got this weird roller coaster effect where like the taste, you're like, oh, this is good, and then it drops off a hill, and you're like, ooh, bad vibes on the other side.
How much caffeine is in this again?
150 mg, so 50
much.
mgs each. Yeah,
So this is like
half a cup of coffee. Yeah.
Am I going to go to the hospital?
Nah, I just think
we haven't been hospital bound yet, right?
Not
no.
from energy drinks.
Not from energy drinks.
No. Yeah. I think
Has anything affected you in such a way?
I've gone to the hospital a lot of times.
It's separate incidents.
No, I don't know. I've bowed out of that last one, the kava.
Oh, the
one,
kava, yeah.
because of
Yeah,
the
we both did.
interaction of.
low grade, fucking.
And then
kratom.
Rivers
Yeah.
got high.
I got a little high.
I lied about being on antidepressants, so I didn't have to drink it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, there we go. It's like
I lie about them so they don't put me on them.
that was like that kava was like a half strength kratom. Not into it. I want the if we're gonna go into the moon, I want to go.
you
to
want
the
pure
fucking moon.
uncut, yeah.
You like
Yeah.
sativa.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You want it given to you raw but naked.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. I was trying to figure out anything weird about this lady. I couldn't figure out where she made her money exactly because she just kind of
In the
just, like-
panty game.
Well, no, but before that, you're like, how do you just start that? I guess,
Yeah,
but
start a closing.
So
Seems like
you're working
there's
at Victoria's Secret, and I got some ideas.
right.
If I could just get to the top of this chain, then I could,
Yeah,
you work your way up.
Some sort of investment money that she did not work for. I'm assuming.
that's
Yeah.
kind of what I was
It's
assuming
all
too.
these fucking nepo babies.
I know.
Starting their panty companies.
Yeah.
Us poor people trying to start panty companies for years.
They get to make Oprah juice. I want to make Oprah juice.
I'm giving this I'm giving it like a 2.
It's not terrible, but
It's fine.
It's not
I
good.
think if it was like
All right.
ice fucking cold.
I was gonna say it wasn't. That's more of a failing on us, I guess, that it was like kind of sweaty and room temperature.
yeah, I had
it
to,
wouldn't have made it much better.
nah.
I don't know. Maybe the cold thing may have done something for it.
I
I'm gonna give it a
honestly think-
2.5.
When you drink it a little less cold, you get more of the flavor.
Right.
The coldness just makes it more palatable.
That's true.
So if anything, we should be drinking all these hot.
That's what people do with wine. They chill it so it doesn't. As the local expert,
Oh yeah.
the resident wine expert, you chill it because you don't want it to taste like wine.
How would you sell Gorgie to your customers at the wine bar?
Hey, idiot! You want to stay up and get more fucked up?
It's not Coke.
Yeah.
It's something worse.
If you didn't do any coke in the bathroom, then you should do this.
Let's have a Gorgie.
Do people come to the wine bar and get coked out?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Some guy, there's like a big group there, and like I heard some guy come up to these other people, and he was like, "I would like to formally invite you to my car."
Whoa, no.
And he had on a crazy hat, and he had on sunglasses, and then these other guys were talking about. I think their bill was like something like $1,000 or some shit. It was
damn.
like how much I would pay for a month on rent. It was like
Yeah.
like almost $1,200.
God damn.
And then he was like, they were talking about being bankers and shit. And he was like, how's it like? I mean, I know you were a banker in New York, so I know you were doing really good. And then they were talking, I don't know, it's a whole different ball game out here. And then that guy came and was like, would someone like to come to my car? And I was like, would you like some more wine, sir?
Please tip me a bunch of money.
Yeah. Oh, no, at that point, it's like, we auto-grab.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you fucking too many people, to give you a little inside information.
How much different could banking? I mean, I understand Wall Street, obviously, but like just straight banking be
Yeah, when I think
different from
I mean,
LA
when
to
I
New
think
York?
of banking, I think of a teller. So I don't really
Right,
know what a
yeah,
banker
yeah.
is.
Maybe it's like
I know I'm
investments.
supposed to hate them.
Yeah.
I know that they are probably the root of all evil in this world.
Yeah. No, I just like that he's like, it's a totally different game, man. Working at Wells Fargo, dude.
Yeah.
It's
over
it's
here,
hard, dude.
I don't know. It just seems like something you'd say when you're really on coke. You're like, I deal in money. I'm a money man. That's what I do, and I drive a nice fucking car. Ooh.
And that's Saturday, and then cut to Monday, and you're just putting shit in a pneumatic tube. Just
Yeah.
that's your
Well,
whole
the way
thing.
a savings account works is
Yeah, yeah.
You're explaining it to like a 15-year-old.
Interest is accrued over time.
These are the guys that just turn down minorities for loans. They aren't the give people money people.
Yeah.
What I like to do is pour $100 bills on wet tits because I deal in money.
and wine.
I like a little wine with my money. Yeah, he just works at like a Wells Fargo branch
Yeah.
in Sun Valley.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, that's where I was going to, back in Sun Valley. What you think? What are you giving Gorgie?
I was also going to say 2, but now that I think about it, then maybe that's a little generous because it's not.
Okay.
It's nothing's good about it.
like I said,
Yeah,
it's a
true.
bit of a little tiny flavored roller coaster where I'm like, okay, fruit punch, I like that, and then
It just drops off to nothing. Yeah, I guess I'll give it a 2.
Watery I gave it
feel
the
like
highest
the
rating.
two
I feel like
still-
an idiot.
Yeah.
No, you're so easily swayed by me and Rivers.
you saying a 5?
I don't know. I just don't want to stand out from the crowd. You know what I mean? I don't
okay.
want to I don't want to seem like their biggest fan.
What were you gonna rate it? A 3?
I said 2.5.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
That 0.5 makes me a
about where I'm
fucking. The 2.5 makes me desperate though.
Yeah, yeah.
I want Gorgie to like follow.
You're
me.
allowed to like stuff that we don't like.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
I found that one at Sprouts, by the way. So back at Sprouts has just turned out to be this fucking gold mine of these hippie bullshit energy drinks. It
Did you
turns
get a
out.
$5 sandwich while you're there?
Still no. I was just there to get some okra.
Okay.
Made myself some fried okra.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm now more conscious about all.
I
the
appreciate
shit.
the lift. I'm sweating a little bit. But
Yeah.
I do feel high off caffeine.
Do you?
Yeah.
I do feel my liver fail.
I needed it. Like I was like my head was hurting a little bit.
No, well, I haven't been drinking caffeine, and I haven't had it in like a fucking week. Because last Thursday, no, it hasn't been a full week, but on Thursday, I fucking drank one of those huge iced coffees from the Cambodian donut place down the street.
Oh, I finally went to that place, man. The goddamn apple fritters there are incredible. Incredible.
Amazing.
Like one of the best pastries in the city, dude. Like,
Yeah.
not even joking.
Okay.
Get the iced coffee sometime.
I got the honeydew smoothie, which is
Okay.
basically just a honeydew milkshake, it turns out.
Yeah, their
But-
smoothies don't seem healthy.
Delicious.
Yeah, get the coffee, dude. This shit fucked me up. Like I had to drive to Palm Springs
Hell yeah.
later that night, and I got on stage and I was shaking still.
Ooh,
I
nice.
couldn't- like when I do comedy, like I can go on stage pretty stoned and not fuck up my bits. If I go on stage on caffeine, I'm like stuttering and I can't get my
Really?
words out. Yeah.
Wow, dude.
It fucks me up because especially because I haven't been drinking, and I didn't have a bad set or anything. But I was on stage like, damn, I'm
Never.
fucking flying off this caffeine. I'm flying off the coffee. So, and I woke up the next day still feeling crazy,
Dude, I'm doing a spot tonight in Fountain Valley. I might run that same experiment and see what
I mean,
happens.
yeah.
Last time I had so much caffeine, like when I was shaking, I bookmarked how to improve your heart health.
You're like, I should do something about this.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna die. I feel like I'm gonna die. So the next, I don't want to get to the brink of death like this again.
First things first, don't drink coffee ever.
Oof.
No, I
What were
love
you
it.
drinking that day?
I had my customary huge cold brew in the
Cold brew,
morning.
Starbucks cold brew.
And then
That'll get your dick going.
that'll get you go. Zzz, yeah, that'll get your little. I'll put some lead in your pencil for sure. And then it'll also make you shit
Yeah, I was
2
about to
metric
say,
tons of
yeah.
which is nice. And
of
then
liquid.
of liquid, or just hearty dump is what will come out of you.
Easy morning sliders.
Eating easy, well, more like just a fucking buffet of dump. And then that'll come out of you, and then you'll feel light as a feather, and then you're ready and willing to go and be on your computer for hours and slip a disc in your back, and then you come and do this podcast, and you have a quarter of some toxic waste, and that makes you feel, that gets you up again, and then you're like, well, I haven't done stand up in a while, and I'm going to do this show, so you have another cold brew of the same size you had that morning.
There we go.
And you're sweating until about 1 a.m. and then you're like, I can't. I'm staring at the back of my eyelids.
How'd you do at the show?
Terrible.
Yeah, dude. I swear to God, caffeine does not help you do better.
I really need to stop talking about. I think I talk more about the times I bomb at stand up than the times I do good. But
I mean, well, you do good so often that the bad times stick out.
Oh, thank you. No, I did horrible. I was terrified of my. I was like, I couldn't make my sentences to stop.
Dude, yeah.
And people were like, "This must be his first time," and that's why he's terrified.
Well, at least his name is Glasscock. That was funny.
yeah,
That's what they're saying.
At least he has a stupid last name and he's fat. That's good for him. And then I went home and stared at the back of my eyelids, and then I Googled how to improve your heart health.
when your heart was just pounding as your girlfriend's just soundly sleeping next to you.
Just sleeping. She's taking all the covers and shit. And I'm just like sitting there sweating like fucking Martin Sheen at the beginning of Apocalypse Now. And I just got on Internet Explorer the other day. I was like, why do I have that bookmarked? I don't remember doing that. But I was also at a time when I wasn't drinking. I wasn't drinking.
okay.
I'd quit smoking. So I was like, I need something.
Well, yeah.
I need
I need
500 milligrams of caffeine.
I need some naughty thing. And I was also like, Sam and Rivers do it all the time.
Bad influences.
Did y'all have that crest though, where you're like that one time you're like fucking almost had a near death experience? Where you're like, okay, just gotta fight through it and keep doing it.
I mean, I fucking had that off caffeine so many times.
Right? Okay.
I quit drinking coffee. One, first of all, it was staining the fuck out of my teeth.
Yes.
Two, I was getting so tired in the middle of the day.
Yes.
Like so
I crashed
fucking
really hard.
tired. And that still sort of happens, but it doesn't happen to the point where I'm like, I need to go to bed right now. Like I can't even stay up till 5.
I think it's a big part of our appeal is because we're all like in that like midday crash from caffeine, and then we get the lift in the middle of the podcast. So it's like we win people over with our easygoing personalities. I don't know why I'm explaining this over the fucking podcast.
No, you need to explain
tell the people.
Yeah.
I like
how
a
it
man
works.
with an explanation.
Yeah, I was gonna say you enjoy an explanation.
Yeah, I only
and then you hear
use,
us go nuts in the middle of it.
So, yeah, I only use the energy drink for utilitarian purposes. So I've never had that shaky, crazy moments. I drink it right in the morning, right before I go to work.
I've seen. I don't think you've had it from energy drink, but I've seen you on this podcast like probably 3 or 4 coffees deep,
Oh yeah.
pouring sweat.
We're taking 2020 out of this.
I think even before that, even pre-pandemic,
Yeah.
you were heavy on the coffee.
That's true.
And
That's true.
and during the winter months, especially when it gets colder in here.
Yeah.
I think
I've seen
pandemic,
you.
I was perma hungover during each one
I've
of those.
seen Rivers full on like holding the mic, like shaking, like an old comic who's like 70 and is on a bunch of dementia pills.
That's me in my prime, though. I'm
I
not.
know, but you're not acting like that. You're just shaking like that while you speak.
Yeah, but I feel great.
Yeah, I mean that's why you do
I feel
it.
ready.
Yeah. I'm not googling things about my health. I want to die very suddenly.
Yeah,
I didn't even delete the bookmark.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with
Probably
it.
just
I was
eat
like-
right and exercise. I assume.
There was like 5 things.
Eat oatmeal in the morning.
It was like get good
yeah.
sleep, and I was like, okay, well, that doesn't really help me right now.
Not helping.
Yeah.
It's one of those things like if you're looking that up, you're not doing any of the things
No.
that you need to do.
It's also this AI generated list that is useless.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like,
Google list, yeah.
yeah.
The robot's telling you to do stuff.
Feed me more searches.
Yes,
That is good for you to feed me searches.
Give me guns. I will use them correctly.
Give me your
guns.
pictures and searches. Let me into your brain. Let me lick your brain. I am AI. Let me lick your brain.
They started doing that shit in Boston. They're giving the robot dogs guns.
Robot
That
dogs.
was always the plan.
I know it was always the plan.
Oh boy.
It's starting.
It's like Terminator was so mild by comparison. They didn't have fucking gun dogs.
Well, that's
Yeah,
the thing. It's like
we thought the robots were going to look like humans attacking us. No, it's even crazier. They look like wolves.
Yeah.
Cyborg gun wolves. Oh god.
oh shit.
But the upside is they're also taking all of our dream jobs.
Yeah.
I get to be writers and actors.
Well, at least
and
the-
delivering food.
The
And delivery
robots
food. Yeah, it
can
is a
do
good job.
some dance routines and stuff.
Yeah.
Every time I see one of the delivery robots like on its side and busted open, I get so happy.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I go and
America
immediately
won.
start fucking it.
That's when I'm like, this is not a nuisance homeless person. This was a man who was hungry and also knew what the fuck was
Yeah,
up with
that's
society.
1 + 1 = 2 situation where it's like, yes, I'm hungry. There's some food.
This is a fucking Michael Bain sent back from the future to fucking kick that thing over.
Yeah.
Multiple times I've ordered DoorDash and they've tried to send the robot.
Oh, really?
And they tell you they're going to send the robot, and I opt out of it because, our street, the explanation
Yes.
of what I
Yes.
just said
Exactly.
earlier, what
It's
happens
fair,
on
yeah.
the street.
Yeah.
You think that robot's going to make it here?
Fuck no.
No.
Fuck no.
I don't want to get my food stolen a fucking 10 yards from the delivery site.
I like that you could just watch it happen, though. You're like, oh, hey, Coco's here. And then you see it round in the corner. And
Ivan the friendly delivery bot is
Dressed
sitting
like
there.
Garfield this month.
yeah. you go, like, get
People are eating the Chipotle bowl out of it and taking turns farting in
Yeah.
its face.
You
It's a
like-
hellish existence.
You just like go to grab your phone to get the confirmation number or whatever, and you come back and it's just on fire. And you're like, well, shit. Yeah. See, what I do is when I see one that's turned over, I get an old bicycle and then I put it in my car and then I make it look like there was an accident between a bicycle and the robot in
If you
Griffith
took
Park.
fun pictures with a wrecked food like delivery driver or delivery robot, people would think you're funny.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
definitely.
People don't like that. People don't like those robots.
No one's like, I want my food slower.
Yeah, I want my food slower. And can you also take someone's job, please, when you do it?
Yeah. Also, don't charge me less.
Yeah, don't
yeah.
charge me less. Charge me more for a stupid thing that takes longer.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like, you don't have to tip when you do this. And so now it's like, oh, so now the staff at the restaurant isn't getting tipped. And the delivery isn't getting tipped. So you're just taking money out of their pockets.
But one more tech bro in Silicon Valley can get someone to pee in a bathtub for him.
Hey, man, I need fucking a $20 McDonald's sometimes. You know? Sometimes you got to get on DoorDash and order one meal that costs $20 that costs $10 in real life.
Well, now they have like an artisan chicken sandwich, so I get the $20.
Ooh, an artisan.
I didn't know that.
No, they probably don't. I don't know. They just put a word like that to justify the price.
They closed down the McDonald's down the street from us for remodeling, and it seems like it's never going to open back up.
Probably not.
They're doing the amount of work on it that's equivalent to like trying to launder money and trying to stretch it out as long as possible. They're like, yeah, we're going to work on like one counter today.
I feel fully engorged.
I'm so gorgy, dude. Got a couple of fun stories of mayhem from across the web that I wanted to share with you guys. This one's from Seattle. Shout out to our friends in the Pacific Northwest listening on the Discord. If you would like to join the Discord, linktree.com/thegoodspod.
What's
Join us there.
What's the city's nickname?
Oh, it's Seattle? Well, what is it? Do you know?
Sea City? No, I don't know. I just legitimately wanted to know.
I thought you had. I thought you had
an actual answer or a joke ready.
I've heard the region referred to as SeaTac, Seattle Tacoma.
SeaTac?
Yeah,
I have a
SeaTac.
friend who's from Seattle, and I've only heard him refer to it as Seattle.
I bet it's something based around the fact that Boeing is there, so it'll be like the Supersonic City or some shit like that.
Well, you are close with that. Also,
What is it?
the AI is coming up with crazy amounts of names. First of all, Emerald City.
Oh yes, I've heard that.
Second,
cool.
Jet City.
Jet City.
Third,
okay.
Rain City.
Rain City. That makes sense.
Fourth, the City of Flowers. Fifth, the City of Goodwill.
Okay.
Okay.
Sixth, Queen City.
That's Charlotte, motherfuckers. You can't have that.
This says Queen City in parentheses of the Pacific Northwest.
Okay, yeah, fuck off. That's Charlotte, and Charlotte's the worst city in the
Seattle,
world.
also known as Transplant City. Ha ha. It does say that too.
Coffee Town.
Let me ask you guys this: who amongst us here has been to Seattle?
I've been, but I feel like I did not get the right experience because the day I was there, it was 92 degrees and there were 0 clouds in the sky.
Right.
So I'm like,
You didn't visit one Starbucks?
This doesn't fucking count. No, I didn't even do that because it was too damn hot for coffee. So I didn't get to do the coffee. I didn't get to do the grilled clams. I didn't get to do all the shit you're supposed to do there because it was too damn hot. So I got to come back. Have me back, Seattle.
Did it even rain?
No, it was literally 0 clouds for the whole time I was there. Like, didn't even
Bullshit.
sort of
Fucking-
rain, and it was
I'd
hot.
be pissed.
Yeah.
I'd be fucking furious.
Yeah,
Dude, my friend sent me some videos of like the coastal Seattle.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous.
Fucking gorgeous.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. I went out to the
my
Olympic
homie.
Peninsula, went to Ruby Beach and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Saw Kurt Cobain's childhood home in Aberdeen.
Okay.
Yeah, I did it up, but didn't get the foggy, rainy nonsense.
I've
but-
never been to Pacific Northwest. If we have any listeners from there, I mean, I would love
We
to come
do.
stay at your house.
We
Yeah,
do.
we do. We got lots in the Discord.
I would love to come stay at your house.
Jump on the Discord and start asking them.
All right, let's get it set up.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, this might be a place you could stay because these guys certainly won't be using this apartment. So, 2 brothers were hospitalized and arrested following a violent altercation in a Seattle apartment early Sunday morning, according to the Seattle Police Department. At 3:31 a.m., August 4th, officers responded to reports of a stabbing at an apartment at the 800 block of 8th Avenue. When officers arrived, they found 2 individuals with stab wounds. Initially, neither party was forthcoming about the incident. Evidence suggested the 2 men had engaged in a fight in the apartment involving holding a knife and a sword, which took place throughout the entire apartment.
Damn. So
this
this is
is-
action movie style.
Yes,
It wasn't
two
just
brothers.
a couple swipes. They were doing it in multiple rooms.
Yeah.
Jumping down staircases like
Fucking-
Shakespeare plays.
Mask of Zorro shit.
Straight up. Yeah. And I love that it's two brothers that are roommates that are just like, fuck you. You gonna do something? You gonna fucking do something? Yeah. I kind of imagined Carter and Frank a little bit.
You know,
Honestly.
I did think the other day about how one time I tried to suffocate Frank to death with a beanbag chair.
You
Yes.
should have done it.
Hell yeah.
It was my birthday. I'm still pissed off about it.
Well, you should have been able to do it then.
Dude,
Yeah.
it was my birthday. I got a copy of WCW NWO Thunder for
PlayStation?
N64.
That game sucks.
Oh,
so
wow. That's the bad one,
Yeah,
right?
it's so bad.
wait.
I played
No, it was
for
Revenge. It was Revenge.
Revenge.
It was
Okay,
Revenge.
yeah.
It was the good one.
Yeah, the good one.
No. It was World Tour. It was the first one.
Okay, yeah.
And Frank was like, I'm playing first. I was like, it's my birthday. And he's like, I'm playing first. It's like, it's my birthday. And then I tried to suffocate him to death with a beanbag chair, and then we both got grounded.
So what? You just you just threw the beanbag on him and then jumped on top of it, kind of a thing?
Yeah, I think I jumped on top of him, grabbed the beanbag chair, and I was like, die, 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 die.
And they didn't buy you a second controller?
We had two controllers. He wanted to play like the campaign alone.
He wanted to play the story mode.
Yeah, dude. Right.
Yeah.
Fuck you,
He deserves
Frank.
totally different guy now, but he deserves retribution for that.
God, I just love that these guys just it's some shit like that. Based on the fact that there is an available sword and a knife, I'm assuming it's got a
I have a
dragon on the
mental image
hilt.
of these guys too. There's ponytails, but not a lot up top.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. The
I'm
knife.
thinking Simpsons comic book
How
guy.
old were they?
It didn't say actually, but the knife definitely had a dragon on the hilt. If I'm imagining this correctly.
Sure.
So I like that he says.
Whenever someone says sword now, I immediately think of katana because that's the most easily available
Right.
and cheapest sword.
Those are $20 in Chinatown.
But
yeah.
I'd like to think it was like a double-sided broadsword.
Ooh, an English
you know?
broadsword. Yes. What do they call it? A claymore. So initially, neither party was forthcoming about the incident. I love that. Much like the samurai, code of silence. You know, they didn't say shit. Both brothers had sustained stab wounds to their heads and bodies.
Whoa. They're getting after it.
These were trained swordsmen.
Yeah,
It sounds like not.
No, not at all.
Would probably be dead if
Not
they
at all.
were trained.
both of them got stabbed in the
These
head.
are two fat guys going at each other with fucking swords I got at a trade show.
That's what I'm thinking.
This is the first time they've held them in this way.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, they also bought too much rock candy at the sword show, and they were all
Yeah.
hopped up on sugar.
It seems that our relationship has finally come to blows.
Grab your
know,
scabbard.
These motherfuckers.
On guard, you rapscallion.
No, these motherfuckers been fighting since the days of N64.
Yes.
Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Oh, yeah,
If
yeah.
you end up being roommates with your brother, things aren't going well.
For
Either-
one or both of you.
Yeah, things are probably not going that well. Or you have the greatest family relationship ever.
Yeah,
which,
yeah.
You know, good on you if that's happening, but I doubt it.
No, yeah, I doubt it too. That's fair.
Due to their invocation of the right to remain silent, it was unclear who the primary aggressor was. Consequently, both were arrested for second-degree domestic violence assault.
Yeah, I feel
But
like.
you're not ready to send him up to Rikers Island quite yet.
because
No,
they have to do this again.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. They
That's
don't.
right.
They
The
don't want
duel
to
is not-
snitch because they do want to kill the other one once the cops leave.
They want to be released from jail at the exact same time. Fucking one side of the jail opens and one brother steps out, the other one steps out. Yes, 100%. Fucking Haribo music plays or some shit. Yeah.
Yo, Jumbo.
Yeah. There we go. Is that what that's called? The two-stringed instrument. I think I said Haribo, but that's gummy
the
bears.
Kubo and the
Kubo. There we go. Haribo. I think I'm just.
Haribo is the gummy bear.
That's the.
Haribos.
Yeah.
Those
There
are
we go.
good.
Those are fucking
taste
good, dude.
nice.
I could eat a whole. I could like mush those all together in one big gelatinous.
I used to do
that's-
that when I was like, now that I'm adult, I can't think of eating more than 2 or 3 at a time. It seems ridiculous to have that much gummy in my mouth at one time.
I fucking push a stupid kid out of the way to
I was
get their
gonna say
Haribos.
that's stage 6 of my
fucking
Gorgie.
Suffocate a kid with a beanbag chair just for one delicious Haribo.
Fuck yeah, and like the gold colored one.
Oh, those are the best.
Yes, sir.
Oh man. But yeah,
Do
shout
not
out to
think that this duel is over, Bradley.
Yeah, what are they going to do? Because when you get a domestic violence charge, you usually get like an automatic temporary restraining order
right
on the other person.
Right on the other, but their feud goes beyond the law. You know,
Yeah.
Of course,
It's a blood
yeah.
feud.
this is a blood feud.
Yeah.
They'll cancel each other out somehow.
I know what it is to be in a blood feud,
Yeah.
and
One
it's an
goes-
ugly thing.
I guess one goes to live with mom and one goes to live with dad. Is
Tell you
that
what.
the plan from here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One might have to go to grandma's house.
Oh my god.
They
I
have
love
to
it so
go
much.
to the comic book store at separate times. They have to avoid each other.
I have one more that I wanted to share with you guys. And this one was fantastic. This is Michael D. Davis writing for the Marshalltown, Iowa Times-Republican. On May 23rd, 33-year-old Bailey Ann Jenkins, the director of the Elberton Public Library, posted on the library's Facebook page that it was her last day as the director. And according to a criminal report, Jenkins then persuaded 7 children to destroy the library.
Nice.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Okay,
So this wasn't a graceful stepping down. This was like, these motherfuckers got me.
there's so much happening here. All right, May 22nd. Seems like school's already out at this point. So the fact that there are 7 children in the library is shocking.
Yeah.
But
These ISS, maybe?
Every
Yeah.
school has a different like start and end date.
that's
now.
true. That's true. So maybe they were still in school, but the fact that they were in a public library at all is wild, and that there were 7 kids that were just down to fucking destroy the library.
I mean, if an adult in an authority position told you that you're just allowed to fuck shit up in a room as you're in elementary school or whatever, you
do that now.
Yeah, I know.
If a teacher younger than me said, you can go fuck up this library, I'd be like, really?
okay.
Okay, cool.
I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I guess I'll throw some books around,
Well, you
smash a table or something.
You are a teacher, so
Well, so it says, as the 7 frenzied children ransacked the facility, Jenkins even helped them by unlocking closet doors for them.
this way.
Straight up.
I'll show you where the expensive stuff is.
Yeah.
Here's the band books.
Right. Yeah. She like open up closet doors and just be like
Filled with
"Here's the school
medieval
supplies."
pornography.
I mean, I just assume
Or whatever band books are nowadays, which is probably just
Right. Just my mom's gay.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay to be gay.
Right.
books,
Yeah. It's fine and normal to be.
Depending on what state the band book is.
I mean, this is Iowa, so
that's probably what's going on,
That's
yeah.
probably what's going on. Yeah. Yeah, they just opened up, and it's just a giant towering stack of my 2 dads or whatever. But yeah, so she opens up the closet to let them in. The library rampage was reportedly all caught on tape, but the footage has not been publicly released. I was like, God damn it, that must be
because there's kids.
there's kids involved. But man, what a fun video that must be.
Maybe we'll get a face blurred version.
That's what I'm hoping. Yeah.
It's like, you remember Nickelodeon had those like you could like shopping spree things where
Yes.
kids you remember like you go to a toy store, you go on a shopping spree?
Oh yeah.
Does it seem much more funner to just go trash a library as a kid or to go on the toy shopping spree?
toy shopping spree, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I was poor, so I could destroy stuff all the time for fun. In fact, that was sometimes all we had to do.
Oh, there's nothing like smashing a glass bottle on the curb.
Oh, yeah.
Oof.
I
And then
remember-
pretending you're stone cold and making the theme song.
One time, me and my friends just walked up to the elementary school we went to, and they just had all these fluorescent light tubes that they had
Oh,
just like.
hell yes.
For some reason, they had
Yeah.
like replaced them, but they just left them out.
Oh, yeah.
afterwards. So we just, hit them up against the metal poles.
Oh yeah. Oh,
We
we.
just fucking evaporate into,
Yeah.
into
I
white
was gonna
dust.
say I did that in my 20s at the pizza place I worked at.
Did you have someone hit you with them like a wrestler? or
No, but me and my friend Raleigh would go out back and we would hit each other's, like a lightsaber kind of thing, and then they would just explode, and then we'd
Try
breathe
not
it in.
Try not to breathe in the dust.
Yeah, but
I love libraries now. I
Yeah,
go to
yeah.
libraries all the time.
Oh, yeah,
to,
yeah.
to work and shit, and to sit next to a guy who's having flashbacks from the Vietnam War.
My roommate
who's on
does
heroin.
that too. He likes writing at the library.
I love it. Yeah, So I mean, this is at a school library, but if I saw
No, it's a public library.
I would be so fucking pissed.
Yeah. This isn't the school library. This is the public library.
Oh, damn. That changes everything.
That changes everything.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
School library is one thing. Public library is like you have no fucking respect for nothing.
Right.
It's a free service that these people are providing for you.
I just want to see the conversation of her just being like, "Psst, hey kid, do you want to do something fun?" Like, it's just like insane.
He puts the spray can down. He's like, yeah.
Okay, well,
What's in it for me?
let's get to the part where we figure out what the fuck happened with her.
An estimated $18,000 in damages occurred during the incident, and Jenkins was arrested on June 29th in relation to the vandalism. A preliminary hearing is coming up on Friday for the former library director. She's facing 7 counts of solicitation to commit a felony and 2 counts of criminal mischief.
She definitely was
Pardon
like,
the pun, but throw the book at her.
Yeah.
You know?
she definitely was like, "Hey kids, smash all these computers,
Right,
push over
right.
the copy machine."
Yeah, smash this DVD copy of The English Patient.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. I love going to the library.
Yeah.
I would be so perturbed. if that
Also,
happened.
this is so not librarian type behavior.
No, it's fucking insane.
Every librarian I've ever met has been, I don't want to say boring, but very quiet.
Right. Pretty
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah, pretty normal, quiet, bookish, even.
Not seemed like they are fueled by revenge.
Yeah, Miss Newton would never. You know, that's
No.
what I'm saying. That was my librarian in elementary school.
I don't remember mine's name. Some Barbara. I don't know.
They're all Barbara.
The library is named after her now. The last time I was at my parents' house, I
Oh, wow.
walked up there and I was like, "Oh, they named the library after her. Look at that." I bet no one at the school knows who the fuck that is at all.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah.
I go to all the different libraries in the the greater Los Angeles area, and I went to this one, and it was on a campus, and I forget what was the campus?
Was it the USC Law Library?
No, it was the one across Pacific Palisades. You know what I'm talking about? It's like on that hill. Fuck, Loyola.
Talking about Pepperdine?
No, Loyola Mount.
Oh, Marymount. Yeah.
Marymount, which and it was this really nice library, and I went in there, and it's like they had this sign up that was like you have to have a visitor pass and make sure you have a visitor pass. And I went up and talked to the girl in front who had tattoos and stuff. And I was like, "So I don't have a visitor pass. Is that okay?" She's like, "Yeah, it's fine."
I don't want to break the library rules.
I don't want to break the library law.
Don't
or
tell me to
anything.
smash anything.
Yeah,
please.
I did not come to do that.
Well, okay, so what's your favorite branch and least favorite branch?
Okay, favorite branch, the Brand Library in Glendale.
Ooh, strong.
That one rules. There's a museum next to it.
Uh-huh.
What type of museum?
Just like a contemporary art museum.
Okay.
I
and
thought
the-
it was going to be the history of Glendale, and it's just all about the Galleria. First, we got a Uniqlo.
You got to go to the Burbank History Museum.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
it's legit. And they
All
have a
right.
bunch of artifacts that white people used to be able to steal and buy from other nations. That's their history.
Damn. All right. I'm sure I told this when it happened. I went to the Valley History Museum. Somebody told me about the Valley Relics Museum, which is really cool. It's like all the old signage from Route 66 and a bunch of old cars, and
That's sick.
it's cool. And I got that confused with the Valley History Museum, which is
Right.
not the same thing. And it was on the second floor, and it would just sort of appeared to be like the corner of a library, actually.
Right.
And they had a thing about Eames chairs, because I guess Eames lived in the Valley at some point. They had a thing about some makeup artist, so they had a cabinet just of makeups. And then they had this thing where, and they might have do this in, if you're listening, they might do something like this in your hometown. They certainly did in mine, where they give, because the Valley used to be a lot of horse ranches, they gave a bunch of local artists these white horse statues and told them to decorate them with the idea that they would put them on each corner of the different parts of the city to kind of be like, oh, here's our thing.
They did that in Austin with the guitars.
Oh, is that right? Yeah, they did it in Auburn with tigers. It was a big thing, but the lady who was telling me about all the stuff in the museum was like, yeah, we sent out 20 of these about 7 years ago. So far, we've only gotten 3 back. So of course, it's they didn't give the artists any timeline to finish these horse statues, but she at one point goes hey, and I forgot the guy's name, but she was like, hey, can you tell them about the art project? And this guy sitting behind the desk just goes, oh yeah, certainly. And he stands up and he just immediately throws his back out. Literally, and went, oh, and just melted back into his chair. It was just going, oh, and she had to run over there and be like,
Snuff it.
yeah,
Snuff it.
yeah, yeah. Gorgie.
You know, someone's fucking playing like Hearthstone or something on their computer. Like,
well, my thing is like I didn't want to. I knew I went to the wrong museum the second I opened the door, so I didn't even want to be there. I was just being nice, and now there's like a man in trouble, and I'm just stuck here. Like, I can't leave now.
Oh boy, I frequently go to the Burbank Public Library.
Oh yeah,
and
that's a nice one.
Well, you know, there's you might be sitting next to a guy who is aggressively air drumming to a video on YouTube.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I mean? You might be getting into a little bit of that.
Yeah.
You might be getting into something like, what? I can't talk right now. Okay, wait a minute. Are you serious? No, fuck that. Are you serious? You can hear it over your headphones. And I'm also like someone who goes nuclear when people talk during a movie.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So like I hate it when people talk during the library. I'm like, have you no decency?
Yeah,
You
what's
start
the
looking
one
around for a beanbag chair?
Yeah, start looking around for a beanbag chair to snuff myself. I will take a nasty shit at the library though.
I assume the bathrooms there are disgusting.
No, the brand one, they keep it clean.
Oh,
They keep
nice.
it nice and clean for daddy. Jesus Christ.
I used to go to the Edendale one sometimes because they had that open mic there.
Oh, George Chin.
Friend of the show, George Chin.
Yeah,
Okay.
Who knows my cousin's husband.
about right.
I don't know. Just
all of our eyes just roll back in our heads.
One day it came
Oh.
up. He knows my cousin and her husband.
Wow.
Small world
Some
after all,
music
dude.
Thing.
I don't know.
Check out the band Clipping. My cousin's husband has signed a Sub Pop. You
Goddamn.
fucking assholes.
Jesus.
When am I going to get some respect around here?
I knew that you were Sub Pop approved. I was just kind of waiting for
record label as Nirvana.
That's right.
Bro.
And my friend Lee Baines the Third. No
Yeah.
big deal. No.
Oh, friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod, Lee Baines the Third. I don't think he's on that record label anymore, but he was.
He was.
Yeah,
And that's what's important.
that's right. Yeah,
As long as it was the same as someone legendary,
yeah.
you're good. You're good to go forever.
I don't know why I enjoy working at a library more than at home. I think it's home is too distracting.
I was trying to sell you on the B Dub last week, and you didn't go for it.
Oh yeah. I feel like I'd be too tempted to just be fat.
Well,
Eat
yeah, but
Buffalo
that-
Wild Wings. Fuck yeah!
but
There's
that's
no-
a reward
yeah,
for
go.
doing work.
What do you do there?
I was telling Carter the Buffalo Wild Wings is low key a great place to get your shit done because they have free Wi-Fi, free refills on coffee, and
I feel like
if
I
you-
also know I would be annoying the waiters there.
No.
They'd be like, "So you're really not going to get anything?" Okay.
I
well,
saw.
no, you just get the coffee.
I went into an ice cream shop where a lot of ice cream shops in LA don't even really have seating.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
one had like a counter style thing near the window, 3 seats. A guy was working on his computer, and it was like 10 p.m. He's in the goddamn ice cream store
Oh wow.
doing work like
Oh,
a freak.
shit. No, anytime I go to Buffalo Wild Wings to work, I kind of switched to Panera. Now I'm looking for a new home, honestly, because of they discontinued the charged lemonades. But when I would go,
No reason to go.
yeah, no, definitely not. Panera is like cafeteria food, but it's like $50.
Yeah.
There's less than no reason to go. But
Good. Hit up Cheesecake Factory.
well, that's really expensive though.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
You
But-
just get a drink.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. B-dubs, they're so, the novelty of you using it as a place to do Starbucks type shit. They're really attentive with the coffee. They're just like, "Oh, you're just working on stuff and Buffalo Wild Wings at 1 p.m. I'm like, yeah, I'm just getting the coffee. I might get wings later, and then I,
as someone
sometimes
who works
do.
in the service industry, though, are you like annoyed at someone who's coming there to just work? Because people come to the wine bar to work.
No, because dude, think about it. Like when lunch rush is over, that's usually when I come in. They're
Yeah.
not doing shit till like 5 p.m. That's when I sit there.
Yeah.
And if I was working and it's like dead, people listening, if they've worked in restaurants, can back me up. Working during the dead part of the day, fucking awesome. And if there was
That's cool.
And if there was one guy in there just drinking coffee, I'd be so attentive because that's my favorite time of day when there's nothing happening.
But it's when people are working during the dead part of the day and drinking at the same time. I'm like, what is this psycho?
Yeah,
doing?
that's-
yeah.
Like, what is this
Well,
psycho
but
doing?
you're on wine bar rules. I'm talking beat-ups here.
I'm like, how many
exclusively.
people are you firing today?
Yeah.
Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck are you doing?
No, at B-dubs, they're like, this guy's a freak. It's cool.
Yeah,
Well, this
he's
guy's
all right.
I worked at a restaurant that a guy. It wouldn't happen often, but sometimes somebody would bring a computer in, and I would think they were fucking weird. But this was also before Wi-Fi, public Wi-Fi was a thing,
Right.
So, and it was kind of near a college campus, so I think sometimes people would have laptops on them working on something.
Yeah.
But it was a sandwich shop, so I would be like, damn, that's a little bit fucking weird.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, I can't blame them. I just hated when anyone was in there.
Just in
and
general.
just staying, just staying in there because you want to be like, man, I want to fucking turn up the music with curse words and say whatever the fuck I want.
I'm so fucking lazy. As soon as it could be the deadest day at work, and as soon as someone ready to spend money comes up to that place, I'm like, look at this fucking piece of shit. Oh my god, I hope someone runs them over in the parking lot before they fucking get to the door. I hate this fucking person. Hi, how's it going?
Yeah.
You immediately have to switch it around.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Hello,
Yeah,
what's up?
That's what it was like because we had full windows in the front so we could see anyone walking in.
Yeah. Ooh,
Jesus.
someone's on their 5th sandwich today, huh? Hey, how's it going?
I'm giving you a long look every day, every day, every day, every day. I write the book. Every day, giving you a long look every day, every day. I write the book.
I'm giving you a long look every day I write the book.
I'm giving you a long look every day, every day. I write
Carly's been interested in the gymnastics portion.
Women
And
like the Olympics because it's one of the only times they show women doing sports on TV.
that are so much more athletic.
Oh, hell
than
yeah.
Like
I mean,
fucking-
it's just anything. They don't show women's sports on TV hardly ever.
Right,
So
right.
it
Yeah.
gets this big demographic because it's like clearly people want to see this. You just don't offer it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty awesome. I mean, yeah, just watching Simone Biles kill it.
I've been working like literally every day since it started, so, and I probably would only watch the gymnastics as we talked about last time anyway. I did see the pole vaulter knock the pole down with his own dick.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
pretty amazing.
There's been a lot of dick things happening in this Olympics.
Right, well,
there's
It's
the French guy with his dick.
It's France, so all the uniforms are like extra tight. I feel
Right,
like.
right. Everyone's got a banana hammock thing.
Yeah, but I did see the opening ceremonies, and I have to say that the sequence where the Marie Antoinettes are holding their heads while screaming to a metal song as blood rained down from the side of the castle.
Gojira playing.
Fucking-
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
It was really incredible. It really
I forgot
was.
Gojira was French.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, they fucking
That
they rip.
shit owns so fucking hard. The whole thing was way too goddamn long. But other
Yes.
than that, and the fact that it freaked out, it's funny because historians kind of point to the French Revolution as like the official death of feudalism. That's kind of the time where the Enlightenment sort of took over and really showed people who's boss in Europe. And it was funny that they did sort of a recreation of the French Revolution, and everybody's reaction was, "Oh no, we believe in demons again." So everyone's back to having the mindset of a medieval peasant because they showed something that I guess looked like the Last Supper. Did you follow any of that shit?
Well, yeah,
No.
they took a painting from the Last Supper, which
It
I
wasn't
think,
the last. It was like Dionysus or some shit.
Yeah, it was by
wasn't
a French artist.
right. It
I
wasn't
think.
even supposed to be the Last
It's
Supper.
just the fact that Christianity was somehow involved. They don't like it.
Yes.
When you don't treat it like it's the most holy of holy.
Right. There was like
important
When you don't like embellish the satanic imagery that is rampant in Christian
Yeah.
lore.
Yeah. Well, it was like a drag queen too. I think was involved.
Right,
It was like
several.
there was a bunch of drag queens, and they were like, "This is supposed to be the Last Supper," and then they show you the painting that it's supposed to be, and it's supposed to be a Greek bacchanal. And you're like, "This would have actually been period accurate for what the Greeks were fucking up to." So take a shit down.
America's got to be like the finger wagon of
Yeah.
the,
Dude, here's the thing: in 2028, they're gonna come to LA.
Fuck yes, they
and
are.
we're gonna have to do an Olympic fucking shit. And they're
can't
gonna
wait.
bring out like Beyonce to sing the
Dude.
national anthem, and that's how we're gonna compare to fucking this amazing
Yeah.
artistry
So-
visual show they
Yeah,
put on in
so
France.
This boring fucking Super Bowl halftime show
That's
is what we're
it's
going to
gonna
put
be.
on.
It's like, oh,
Yeah.
Christina Aguilera's
Well,
here
they-
to light the torch.
Great,
They kind
yeah.
of had that at this ceremony too, because Lady Gaga was just randomly like out. I'm like, what the fuck does she have to do with
and
Paris?
Celine Dion too.
Yeah, Celine Dion.
She's fucking
She-
Canadian.
Well, she's Quebecois. She counts. She speaks French.
And
That's
she had that documentary come out, and people were like, "Oh,
Yeah. I think she makes a little bit. She makes way more
Snoop
sense. Than,
Dogg's been a pretty prominent fixture of the Olympics."
which apparently they're paying him $500,000 a day to be there. That came out today on Daily Beast. They were talking. They paid him $500,000.
thought he
a
loved
day.
sports.
Yeah, no, he's good at it though. He's compelling, and he knows what he's talking about, sort of.
I was trying to write a bit about why people watch the Olympics, even though they don't like, because it's a lot of people who don't even like sports.
Right here,
And so this isn't ever going to become a bit because it's not even funny. But here's a list of reasons why people watch the Olympics who don't like sports. They're nationalist pigs, First of all,
Yeah, that's me.
No one loves this country more than
They
Hoovers.
actually show women's sports on TV, which I already mentioned.
Yeah.
They are bored as fuck and would literally watch anything.
Yeah, it's the summer. It's in baseball.
You put it on the background,
Thing.
yeah.
Kids who think they can become athletes and are going to be heartbroken once they realize they're just normal.
Yeah.
Old people who think it really matters for some reason. White supremacy supporters watching the few sports white people are still good at.
Being
Well, the Turkish guy killed the shooting contest, so I don't know what else.
I mean, it's a lot of the weird sports of like throwing the ball or like,
Yeah,
what's it called?
shot put, yeah,
Shot
or
put.
there's another one with shot put where it's connected to like a rope.
Yeah,
I'm
the,
really
the
good at
field,
throwing ball.
the field
Yeah.
events, not the track so much, but the field events.
Yeah, it's just weird stuff. Do you know those sports that you
Nothing you can
forgot
make money on.
existed? Yeah. Let's see.
Unless you're Olympian. I
Parents forcing their kids to watch it to inspire them to become an athlete, even though the parent is 5'4" tall. And the gold medal competition between countries because people love numbers.
Yeah, I've been pretending to understand the grading scale. I'm like, oh wow, 0.589.
Oh yeah.
good.
Also, they don't explain that. Maybe they explain the rating scales like one time.
That's what Snoop's
Yeah.
job is.
Also,
No, literally, that's his
Oh.
thing. Yeah, they'll bring him on before the events, and he'll break it down in a way where the common man can understand.
and one of the funniest.
He's like, okay, 1, 2, 3 into the floor.
One of the funniest things to me about as a sports fan is I would never watch a not live sport.
You would never do like a whole like, don't tell me what happened, and I want to catch the recap of it when I get home.
So well, sometimes I guess, but not really, because once if you know, it doesn't matter. It just isn't. It's less.
I'm kind of with you.
It's
on
less
that.
fun. So sometimes you're watching the Olympics, and it's not the right time of day for what it is in America. Like
Yeah.
you're watching some pre-recorded shit.
Right.
And that's interesting to me because most people wouldn't, sports fans, quote unquote, don't really do shit like that.
The only sports that I watch is Alabama football.
Same, yeah, that's same. Yeah, like I
and-
watch college football and that's it. And I would never watch that not live.
Yeah, that's the only one I watch, and I prefer it live because it's usually on a day where I have to work at the wine bar, so I can like seemingly legitimately stop what I'm doing and stare at a TV for a minute.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't do that with a recap. Then it's like, just get on your phone and go back to work, idiot. But if it's live, I'm be like, no, I mean, our boys are in trouble right now.
I'm almost always working, but I can switch the radio to XM.
Yeah.
And it displays the score on the XM. So I can just drive around and look down every once in a while. I'm like, what the fuck? As we're losing horribly. So I got no clue what's happening,
Yeah.
but I'm just watching a
You'd be
number
like, that's the
move.
Chinese theater. God damn it! Fuck!
Another one? Shit.
No, it's just, it used to be, the Chinese theater used to be so nice.
Fucking
and now
Arkansas?
It's really
Fucking
fallen to shit.
Arkansas? Yeah.
It's really hard. The program at the Chinese theater is falling to shit. So coach. That's a solid bit, Sam. You should do it.
Yeah.
No, there's no bit about it. It's just a list of
list.
things.
It's a listicle.
It's so far away.
It's a bunch of premises, but
yeah, it's so far away from any structure of a joke. And also, once the Olympics ends,
I was going to say, you
it's
got like
done.
a week.
Exactly.
yeah, I was gonna say.
It's done for.
Well, I think
It's good that I tried to write a bit.
I think
That's what's important here.
Yeah, it's good he tried to write a bit, but it got its most used probably being on this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, I should just use a lot of the bits I write on the podcast that are sort of funny that have nowhere to go.
That's what I do, and then afterwards I'm like, oh yeah, I have nothing for stand up. I just go home.
All the
Beat my knee.
thousands of people who are going to be at the show have already heard this on the podcast.
Oh
yeah.
shit.
Y'all, we have time for just one more segment. And of course, this is our jam of the
I was excited
week.
when I saw this.
Well, I guess it would be nice.
Nice.
Touch your body.
Nice.
This is where they prove they're the king of the cover.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But this is the first thing I ever heard of theirs. I think that's most people, right?
Nookie was the first. Was
Yeah, I heard
the gateway
Nookie
drug for
before
me.
this.
Really?
This came out before Nookie.
Yeah, this was the album.
Yeah.
The $3 bill, y'all. The previous album.
Yeah.
Wore this fucking album out when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah. This is like summer 97. I remember going into being on the bike, being really, really hot. Me and my friends ducking into the Foy Student Union at Auburn University and watching MTV Spring Break 97, or maybe it was summer 97, and they playing this, and then they were like, next week they're gonna fucking be at the Panama City Beach House or whatever. And that was my first exposure to this, and I didn't know who George Michael was at this point. I was a child.
No, this introduced me to George Michael.
If you've never heard George Michael, this song sucks so bad.
The George Michael version?
I had never heard The Faith by George Michael. That song's better than this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say that George Michael song's pretty good.
The first time I heard this, I was like, man, Limp Bizkit fucking sucks.
Oh, see,
This is horrible. Why would anyone write this song?
Oh, see, I was a child with a baby's brain. I was like, fuck yeah, bro. Listen to the turntables when he starts screaming.
I was gonna say, like, I like the swimmy part before it goes into the aggro I'm mad about faith thing.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Probably some subconscious anger at being Catholic.
yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy, this spoke straight to my prepubescent chubby heart. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I fucking loved it.
I never liked this or Behind Blue Eyes. Those are the
Behind the Blue Eyes was fucking awful, and that was like that was the turning point for me. I was like, all right, I'm gonna start listening to punk. I
I
guess.
forgot there's the part where he goes,
the fuck up. Oh yeah, that was like I got so amped during that part. I would like punch shit in my room to that song.
Frank is just under a beanbag, just.
One time I would like mosh alone into this song in my room.
Hell yeah.
And my mom walked in on me and like we were both so embarrassed. And I was like, hey, hey, how's it going? I'll be out
like
in
out
just
of
a minute.
breath and shit.
Yeah, I'll be
Thinking about homework.
I was thinking about I was gonna probably go outside in a minute. So anyways, I'm good. How are you?
She thinks you're jerking off, but it's so much worse.
So much
it's
worse.
100 times worse.
Yeah.
I'm sure I did that at some point, but you know who definitely did that? I just happened when I was looking at this shit. Pauly Shore. There's a weird clip from
He
Conan.
jerks off to Faith by Limp Bizkit.
No, there's a clip from Conan where it's Pauly Shore and Kid Rock, and neither of them are singing. They're just on stage with them
Vibing?
Well, Kid Rock is headbanging, and then Pauly Shore is doing the skank slam dance for some reason.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's just really
What a
bizarre.
time! What a time the late '90s were.
Yeah, he's wearing long john top, like a Henley or whatever, and fucking skank dancing to this. It's pretty amazing.
We didn't even know Kid Rock's political leanings at this time.
Oh, I know. Yeah, he was just a guy in this video along with.
He probably didn't have the same political leanings. He was just like, I gotta stay relevant.
Right, it's right. No, I'm sure he was just like, fuck the system, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah. So,
I mean, God, dude, and this is new metal is. We've talked about this. New metal is kind of has having a resurgence now.
oh yeah, for sure.
It's
Yeah.
like the kitschy. Gen Z likes it in the way that like we like look back at like hair
80s
metal.
shit. Yeah,
where
totally.
it's like, oh, it's stupid, but it's fun.
Yeah. This is now in the same cultural position as like everybody wants to rule the world or Whippets. We're just like, wow, what a
Sure.
crazy time.
Or like how it's like, oh, some Motley Crue songs kind of rip.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
Kids
that
Are My
too.
Hearts kind of rips.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you find certain albums where you're like, this genre as a whole isn't that
It's bad.
interesting. But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you get fucking a Guns N' Roses album,
Like
where,
Appetite for Destruction.
Yeah,
kinda rips.
okay.
and you're like,
Yeah.
all right, maybe this genre's okay.
Yeah, then the rest of it just sucks ass.
Yeah. Well, of course, this song comes off of the 1997 record $3 Bill, y'all, that has 30 million views, 6,472 comments, and y'all.
This is the wee wee wah wah part.
Oh yeah.
Wee wah, wee wah, wee wah, wee wah, wee wah, wee wah.
First up, TV4835 from 1 month ago. Did Fred smoking weed when he decided to make a George Michael cover?
Excellent sentence structure.
He did.
Did he smoking weed when he thought about that?
Primus Bass Slap 3 from 14 years ago.
This guy is as old as us.
I just want to say, and I'm probably wrong, but it seems like no guy in this band smokes weed.
Yeah, well,
maybe Wes Borland.
Wes,
Yeah.
yeah.
If Fred hits the fucking joint, he gets all giggly and annoying.
Actually, no. I bet Fred Durst smokes the most weed.
You
out of
think
this-
so? I think it maybe in 2024. I'd say in 1997, we're looking at Fred nothing, Wes everything.
I think like Wes nothing, Fred
Wow, okay.
See
everything.
if
I think
Google AI can tell us
Yeah,
the
yeah.
answer.
Fred. I think like the bass player and the drummer weed. Fred everything, Wes nothing.
DJ Lee.
What's
DJ
Lethal?
Lethal alcoholic.
Yeah, of course. Well, he was in House of Pain. You know, that happens.
He's in a Boston fucking rap group with Everlast. So
But yeah, Primus Bass Slap 3, 14 years ago. I'm not your fucking role model. I say smoke pot, snort coke, and drop out of school. You want me to set a good example and stop listening to corporate bullshit like Limp Bizkit? It's like Whoa.
All
Okay,
right.
okay, man.
Yeah, it's like the other thing too is like Primus fans act like they're above it. It's like you were in the same
I
new
was gonna
metal
say,
fucking sphere.
And I adore Primus, but also
Oh, me too.
they were on the same record label at the same exact fucking time, man.
It's like if you like Deftones, if you like Primus, if you like System of a Down,
Yeah.
same fucking ballpark.
fucking Fred Durst produced, I believe, the song "Anti-Pop" by Primus.
Oh yeah. People shit on that album.
Oh, yeah,
'Cause that's
for
their
sure.
new metal album.
Absolutely. Vince Leguese from 4 weeks ago. If you're reading this from another star system, respect the Biz Kids. The Biz Kids Legionnaires will rise on the 21st of September, 2025.
Oh boy, set your calendars, folks.
The Biz
The
Kids.
Biz Kids?
I guess that's maybe they're fans. I've never heard this before, but
Try to get like a Maggots or Juggalos.
yeah, like Deadheads. The Biz Kids.
So as far as I can find out, they're pretty fucking sober.
Straight edge.
They're all I'm sure they're
I'm
all
sure they're
sober
all
now.
sober
Well,
now.
so Sam had to have a liver transplant due to excessive drinking.
Jesus.
Wes
Yeah.
Borland, has the pussiest story of all
I was gonna say, I
time.
bet he never touched anything.
No, they used to drink like every night on tour on Ozfest. It became common. Then one night, Wes drove home drunk, and his wife got really mad at him.
Oh,
and then
wow.
he quit drinking.
Oh, he's a wife guy.
For a year.
A wife guy.
And I think he still drinks sometimes. Fred Durst was apparently on a podcast smoking a joint with Bill Maher.
Yes,
Which would be the least fun people to
Yeah,
hang out
Yeah, I was
with
gonna
in
say
the
Nightmare
world.
Blunt Rotation.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have a show on his podcast network. Are you guys excited?
Oh, great. Yeah. Fred Durst strikes me as like the most weed centric one of them.
Yeah. Well, he's directing movies, man. You know, you gotta.
Yeah, I'm sure he's Joe Rogan to out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
But yeah, travel vlog walking tour 4 years ago. Fred sounds like a 9-year-old brat who's not been beaten for years.
hasn't received his proper beating.
Yeah, I haven't beat you since you were 2 years old.
He says somebody's gonna.
Phrasing it like that.
He says somebody is gonna get hurt, really, real bad. And then
Jesus.
Kane, get that guy's kids away from him if he has any.
He doesn't.
Get any kid away from him.
I was gonna say, if you're commenting on a Limp Bizkit song, you don't have fucking kids.
Enigma 14301 from 13 years ago. I like this song. It reminds me of my high school days with my friends riding in a van while smoking weed till we get so high. And this
Fuck
song
yeah, brother.
serves as our background. It's kind of cool. Yeah, that
pretty
is
balanced. That's pretty.
It's like,
yeah.
you've assessed your own comment correctly. That is kind of cool.
Yeah, I was like, I'm getting the dazed and confused fucking, visual
I
from
can't
that.
imagine this being the weed song for my group of friends.
I was too young for this to be the weed song.
Yeah,
at
me
this
too.
point.
We definitely smoked weed listening to 311, but
Yeah.
not
supposed to.
not
311 is a weed band, even if
That's
not- maybe unintentional.
yeah.
Dude, we would smoke weed and listen to like Project Pat and DJ Screw.
Yeah, we
shit.
listen
Oh,
to
that
fucking
too.
rap
Yeah.
music.
Yeah, Nas, big time.
Like metal music we got high and listened to. At the point where I was getting high in high school, it was like Slayer.
Yeah.
and shit like that. Like
Yeah.
like reaching back into the crazy shit because
or
the
some
internet was there.
Pantera or some old Metallica or something.
Yeah, Metallica for sure.
Nas and Goody Mob. That's when I got into those two artists. Real big, smoking the shittiest weed of all time.
What Nas songs do you like?
Well, we listened to. I've told this on there before. We rode down to Blockbuster to get the paper 3D glasses for the release of the Nostradamus music video.
Whoa.
So we had that one, and the song that used to fucking kill us. And I know that's considered his worst album, but because that was the first one I got into, I kind of like it.
Because it has Hate Me Now on it.
Yeah, well, also it has Shoot 'em Up. And
Okay.
when we were high, just the chorus of Shoot 'em Up, just shoot 'em up what? Kill, 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 murder, murder, murder made us laugh so fucking hard because it was just so ridiculous. We're white kids from the suburbs. We're like, oh my God, it's so crazy.
We had a similar reaction to Project Pat.
Yes. Oh, a project. Man,
Yeah.
I obviously knew a guy named Jared who was a white guy with very red hair who loved Project Pat.
Still love Project Pat.
Yeah,
Follow
yeah.
him on Instagram.
Oh,
He
man.
puts his number up for features, dude.
He's underrated.
Oh, yeah.
He's amazing. He's an
actually-
amazing MC.
He's
yeah.
actually a good rapper and songwriter.
He's a great storyteller. Like
Yeah.
he weaves these crime drama stories are fucking
and you
great.
don't even realize he's doing it because his flow is so on point.
Oh,
yeah.
It's hard to almost hear that he's telling the story because you're like, oh, he's just killing the flow.
Yeah.
This is Andre 2K, so one below the man himself. 9 years ago, I've been blasting Gold Cobra and all the biscuit I got my hands on while passing Sunday everyday drivers in the motherfucking fast lane. While staying chill.
The new Limp Bizkit album.
He says he was doing all this while staying chill and mostly courteous. Portland is ready. Or how about Potland or a show motherfuckers again?
I thought it was Bridge City.
No, it's
stretch.
Potland or a show
Or I'm
motherfuckers
going to show
again.
them what I'm going to fucking do.
Again.
Again.
Yeah, to make it Oregon.
Trying to
Amazing.
stick the landing.
It's like, dude, that is the most unwieldy.
Potland. right?
Potland
Portland S'more again.
Yeah.
Portland Orgyland.
So largely useless 8 years ago.
Okay.
If ever there's a government leak of our online activity, I feel as if I'll get the most judgment for the time I spent in Limp Bizkit chat rooms just living for those moments when Fred Durst would come chat. I'd fangirl over him, boy band member style. The hot dog flavored water era. And I was like, hold on. Fred Durst went into chat rooms to chat with his teenage
Underage.
fans. Yes, yeah. I'm assuming
that
it's
checks
not.
out.
There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. if you're just talking to him normal.
I'm assuming it's not really Fred Durst, but still.
Yeah, I also instantly thought the same thing.
But
I think,
We were all-
if you're a band like this, you're going to have a ton of underage fans, and you can't just be like, I can't interact with you because
Yeah.
it's illegal.
Yeah.
I was fucking.
That would be weirder.
well, just
Yeah.
don't set up a chat room.
I can't because I'll get a boner. I mean, I was fucking 13. I think I was 12 when I fucking really got into Limp Bizkit and their Buttholes and Cum album.
Got a few more here. Robert Bentley, not as far as I know, the former governor of Alabama from 8 years ago.
Could be though.
Hey, Fred, just imagine who it is. Hey, Fred, what's it like to be the laughing stock and the butt of all metal jokes? What's it like to be a total sellout bitch? Hey, Fred, remember the time my buddy caught you approaching every female in the parking garage trying to pick them up with a "Do you know who I am" line? Yeah, it didn't work, and now we all laugh at you. Just like I'm laughing now, you fucking schmuck douchebag, and nothing has changed. Like, damn, guy.
Jesus, fella.
Fred wouldn't take a picture with you, is what this sounds
Yeah,
like.
it's kind of what that's reading as.
Got banned from the chat room.
Yes, banned from the fake Fred Durst 14-year-old chat room, and then IRL wouldn't take a picture with you.
Hi, Brittany. Thank you for buying our album.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely what he. Hey,
We
I hope
appreciate
you guys
your
come to the show.
Send your parents' credit card number to this email address.
See you in Atlanta. No, I mean, also Sellout, they never were like underground. You know what I mean? Like they
not
were
really.
shooting for
They
being.
never had artistic respect to sell.
No, they were
Yeah.
a TRL band from like the get go.
Yeah. 30-ounce Kings from 5 months ago. What the fuck do kids listen to in 2024 to get their teenage angst out? I weep for the young.
There's no music after Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
It's to grow up in a world without rock music. It's a wonder they're all anxiety-ridden, socially maladapted basket cases. All we had to do was blast Faith in our Pontiac Grand Ams before school. We were ready to take on the world. I'm like, that is so real. Everything before that is like, okay, you're an old man bitching. I don't know. Did every Pontiac Grand Am in the world get destroyed during Cash for Clunkers? Like, that is such a specific reference. I've never seen one on the street since, like, the Obama administration.
Now that you mention
But
it.
that is such a... Someone left the window open. It rained in there. It smells like mildew, and everyone's smoking weed in there. Like, that's
yeah,
that
you
car.
gotta fucking junk it.
Yeah. And then last one here, Gravity Tent 2 years ago. Don't worry, bro. I already contacted the president of the United States. So don't flip out and don't start doing shit. You're just going to get shot now. Everybody just stay calm while we assess the situation. Everybody's going to want my body now. Are y'all coming to the party? Don't panic. I've already contacted the president of the United States.
He is in touch with with Donald Trump. How long ago was this?
So this was 2 years ago. So yeah.
So he has a direct line to Trump.
I guess we're going to be Biden 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, but still. So I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. And then he has a YouTube video link under it, going
Yeah.
to his YouTube channel. So I clicked it, and this is what he's talking about. This is the secret information that he's alerted the president about. Thesis: Eating old or even slightly old food is the main source of cancer. Why? Because old food contains corrupt information and corrupted dying cells that your body digests and interprets into a corrupt cell. Food is information.
And power.
And eating decaying food is corrupt information. If your body processes these corrupted cells, it will end up corrupting cells that cause cancer. Solution: only eat food that's fresh off the vine. Only meat that was butchered the same day. Start a garden in the grocery store. What? You'll already have the most space in most cases, and you won't have to make the grocery store and the farm all in one. You should be able to get funding from the government to cover your expenses for the setup. It'll definitely be worth it in the end.
People's fear of death just fucking leave you to leave a comment by.
I like that
Bizkit's face.
his argument is decomposing cells cause cancer, when in fact cancer is the opposite. It's cells that will not stop multiplying.
It's mutated cells, right?
No, it's just won't stop multiplying until
Right.
it kills you. That's what it is. So, in fact, if that was true, you should eat nothing but rotten food to kill cancer.
Also,
Right.
starting up your own community business is a long
Yeah.
way to go about this.
Yeah. But you got to have faith. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Sure.
That's the only way this works. That is, of course, Limp Bizkit with their 1997 smash hit, Faith.
This song was never a hit, was it?
Hell yeah, dude. They played this shit on MTV all the fucking time.
Was this a?
It was a-
Nookie was a huge hit. I think this was like a retroactive hit, maybe.
This didn't get popular until they got popular off the other shit.
Right.
See, I mean, you might be right. In my head, it was like this album was out for like a while, and then this song popped, and the Nookie came out like immediately. Because I remember the Nookie premiere, so like they were a known entity at that point. And I remember the TRL world premiere of Nookie, that was a thing, and they might have even had a making the video of that shit. So, and that was the first single off Significant Other. So this was known, and the Family Values Tour '98 CD with this on there, the live version had come out. So at that point, but anyway, point is, yeah, that's our motherfucking jam of the week. Faith by
What
Limp
if anyone would ever
Bizkit.
like sample like John McCain's like "Pyaw!" or Howard
Dean, yeah.
Howard Dean's "Pyaw!"
Hell yeah. Carter, where can people find you on the internet?
Carter_Glasscock on Instagram.
Fuck yeah. Sam, where can people find you online?
Sam Harder 666 on Instagram, Slam Harder on Twitter. Trying to find more information about Faith right now. Wikipedia is really leaving me wanting more.
Uh-oh.
Is it directing you to George Michael's original version?
I mean, they definitely that page is probably a lot more filled in than this one.
Yeah.
I have a suggestion to Limp Bizkit.
What's that?
More George Michael covers.
Oh, yeah.
Do like I Want Your Sex. Do Father Figure.
Freedom.
Do Freedom.
Yeah, hell yeah. Ooh. I bet they could pull any of them off. Yeah,
I bet
why
they could
not?
pull off I Want Your Sex.
People would love that
That'd be
shit.
so weird, like a 9-minute Limp Bizkit cover of I Want Your Sex. That'd be so weird.
Find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rivers Langley. And if you want to come see me do stand-up, I'm in Yucca Valley, California on August 22nd at the Tiny Pony. So I'm just excited to go to a place with that name. So Joshua Tree folks, come see me. Join the Discord if you haven't already. Linktree.com/thegoodspod. That'll have the invite there. Sam and I are on there chatting every goddamn day about food, politics, and all kinds of bullshit. Carter logs on if you summon him like Beetlejuice. So yeah,
3 posts with my name in it. And I might look.
right there. He's there in the damn mirror looking at you.
I'm vain.
If you are watching this rather than just listening, you are already supporting our show in the best way possible. But if you would like to do that and you're just listening, head over to patreon.com/thegoodspod. Buy a shirt, prowrestlingtees.com/thegoodspod. Second best way to support our show, head to Apple Podcasts, rate, review, and subscribe. Show the attitude of gratitude, because if you do not have the attitude of gratitude, Daddy, RFK is going to pick you up off the side of the road and do some weird shit to your dead body.
Hell yeah.
The Goods from the Woods was recorded and edited by me, Rivers Langley. You can find our show on Twitter at The Goods Pod. Our theme song was composed by Jonas, the Space Cowboy.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.